Okay, hello Scorpio, it's your turn now. So we're gonna have a look at the question for this week, which is, why have you gone silent? So usually in our life, whenever we're um going about our own day, sometimes we come to a situation where we are either rendered speechless, or we feel like we have to hold back our tongue, or sometimes even held back by fear, which makes us unable to say anything in our situation. Right? And I always feel like that is the worst thing that can happen, because people should be able to say how they feel. Of course, that doesn't mean it's without consequences, but still, we shouldn't be bogged down with fear about it. Alright, so let's say we're gonna use my new Tarot of the Divine cards to see your current situation, why you've gone silent, and also an advice for you. Now we're gonna use my new Chinese Student Tarot number 4 to see if we need to clarify anything. And then we're gonna have a message as well from my green batik motivational cards that I made myself. I had this card previously for Taurus. Might have something in there for you. Okay, so let us do this. Alright. I'll put a shuffle skip down below so you can skip this shuffling. So what is the situation for Scorpio? What is the situation for Scorpio? There we go. Why has Scorpio gone silent? Why has Scorpio gone silent? Oh, too many. Let me fix that up. Why has Scorpio gone silent? No, sorry. Okay, why has Scorpio gone silent? The cards in this deck are really very pretty. And then what's the advice we have for Scorpio? That's the advice that we have for Scorpio. Nice. Honestly, these cards, they are textured. I can't believe that they're as, cheap as they are. Honestly, 20 bucks for this beautiful deck and this gorgeous box. Just look at the art. Amazing. But yeah, alright. Once we're done with the cards, we're gonna have a look at your Amanda Lovelace Believe in Your Own Magic Oracle card. Right, so let's get on to it. Oh no. Yes, this. So what is the motivational message for Scorpio? What is the motivational message for Scorpio? This too. We'll take it. Right. Let's go. Scorpio. So Scorpio, what's your situation? Justice. A truth is coming out. Right? Something that was unfair before is being brought to the front. So let's have a look at the fairy tale that is behind this story of justice. There we go. Ang Elsa. Korean legend. Justice is power wielded with both intelligence and impartiality. It is making decisions with all the facts and accepting the consequences of any choices made. It is punishment of the corrupt and promotion of the deserving. Nice. So with it in upright, it means harmony, balance, equality, virtue, and honor. Okay, so it seems like in your situation right now, justice is being served. Right? Things that were once fallacious, things that were once not fair, are actually being brought to balance. So why are you being rendered silent in this situation? The Hangman. This card also came out for Taurus earlier. It was in the reverse though. So with the Hangman, it is a story of you going inwards, right? And I think from the picture itself, you can tell that this is the story of Snow White. No, I'm sorry, Sleeping Beauty. Maybe there's something to do with Snow White for you, but yeah, Sleeping Beauty. The Hangman seizes forward momentum to avoid disaster and instead favors reflection. Sleeping Beauty is a symbol of stasis. With the option of sleep or death, she chooses to wait for more favorable conditions. Alright, so this is a card of waiting, going inside to try to think about how things are. Okay, about what is coming forth. Readjustment, improvement. Alright, so one of the key words for the Hangman is trying to see things from a different perspective because he's turned upside down. I think right now with this justice coming to place, it seems like your world is being turned upside down because there are some things, some aspects of your life that is not actually in balance. And as justice is trying to put everything together back in a good flowing condition, it has kind of put you in a bit of a chaos that you feel like you need to go in and, cut yourself from everything else and think, because something does not add up. Like, why is everything going haywire, is what I'm feeling. What is everything going haywire? What is wrong? What do you have to do? Okay, this is what I'm feeling with the Hangman. Right, so let's see about your advice. What advice do we have for you? Ace of Coins in reverse. So what is this story? So the Ace of Coins, Jack and the Beanstalk. Oh, an English fairy tale. The Ace of Coins presents us with new beginnings, financial opportunities, and prosperity. The origin of this gift may be unexpected, like magical beans, but through nourishment and support, the benefits could be miraculous. It's time to make dreams a reality. So that is it in upright. In reverse, bad finances, excessive spending, greed, stinginess, poor planning. Okay, so it seems like this is what is causing you the trouble in your life. Okay, it's telling you to recognize that there's some really bad plannings, some really bad judgment that you've made, and this is in regards of work, in regards of perhaps a hobby, something that you put physical effort in. Okay, and I'm also getting the feeling of, I'm getting reject an offer. Okay, there might be an offer coming your way that you're unsure about, that kind of seems good, but to you it does not actually fit with what you have planned in your life. And I'm feeling that you are being called to consider it again with a high probability of rejecting it. Okay, alright, so let's see your motivational message. Agree constructively, not destructively. And you have tools yet unused. So this one makes me go with the Hangman, and this with the Ace of Coins. So you have tools yet unused. It's telling you, like, sometimes when you feel like you're in despair, you're at the end of your road, you have no idea what else to do, it's telling you to look back into yourself, because there are other aspects that you can either look into, or actually there is something that you might be able to do that you have never considered before. Perhaps because it sounds a bit roundabout, perhaps it doesn't seem very practical, right? But it's trying to remind you that there's still well, what's that saying? There's still things left in your not artisanal, artillery, right? You still have artillery left. And the hangman is perhaps you going inwards, trying to think. And those tools that you disregarded before, try to approach them in a different kind of manner. Okay, use them in a way that you've never used before. But in the end, you still have things in your artillery, in your armory, that can actually help you. So argue constructively, not destructively. So this one, it feels to me, goes with the Ace of Coins, because there might be, also maybe at the Justice, but yeah, there might be like how I said, the Justice coming into your life might be due to how you have handled your finances, how you have handled your work before. Okay, and that there might be an offer coming to you that looks good but does not actually fit your plans in your life. Okay, and it's telling you that you might need to turn this offer down. Okay, it might not be a good offer after all, right? And this is basically is telling you that if you need to reject something, or if you have a problem with anyone, right, the way you argue it, make sure it builds up. Make sure that it does not stop at merely pointing out flaws and just destroying the other person and telling them like, right, now you're in shambles, put yourself back up, because that's what I always do, because not everyone is you, Scorpio. And you don't have the right to break people apart if you don't intend to put them back together with them, right? I always believe that people will learn when they learn. People will learn when they're ready. If you break them down before they're ready, you have the responsibility to put them back up, because otherwise, man, that's just nasty, yo. Okay, so I'm going to clarify two things here. I'm gonna clarify the Justice first. Let's clarify the Justice. Actually, no, I'm not gonna use this deck. I'm gonna use another deck. Okay, so I'm gonna use my older Chinese deck. I call this my clarifying deck. An official clarifying duty. So Justice is clarified by the Chariot. Again, balance, alright? Moving forward with balance. Seems like the situation in your life, the one that's causing you to go upside down, it's trying to get balance between your dark side and your light side. Okay? Things that you probably did not realize you favored one over the other. Perhaps you keep running away from problems before and just wanting to be happy, right? That you're not looking at the things that were making you sad, and it's causing you to be stagnant. So Justice is coming in to bring that truth to your face, like, hey, remember these things that you avoided before, right? So kind of like a traffic police stopping you stopping your chariot from moving. It's coming up to you to tell you what is out of balance. Okay, so I'm going to clarify the Ace of Coins in reverse. Can clarify the Ace of Coins in reverse. Too many. Clarify the Ace of Coins in reverse. Nice. Knight of Cups in reverse. And the Five of Wands. Arguments. 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 Okay. So as I said, looks like there's gonna be some arguments coming up that you're gonna have to reject something. But make sure you do it in a constructive way. Okay, don't tear people apart when they're not ready to be built back up. And the Knight of Cups in reverse is, I always feel that reversals are more of a warning rather than an instruction. So the Knight of Cups is someone trying to give his love, okay, trying to bring an offer of love to someone else. Okay, it could even be trying to bring their love to someone else, their emotions, right? With it in reverse is kind of that movement of emotions is in a negative standpoint, where you might be feeling moody, jealous, right, towards someone. You might be thinking a bit too suspiciously about some things, and it's telling you to be wary of that. Alright, so let's look at your oracle message. Make the change. Okay, so it's number 7. I'm gonna read it out for you. Sword, make the change. There is a big life change you've been thinking of making for a while now. This is a sign that you need to trust your instincts and take the leap. Whether you're thinking about cutting your hair or finding a job better suited for you, do the thing and do it with confidence. Okay? So justice is bringing things up to the surface to balance you so you can move forward, Scorpio. Right now, you're silent because you're deeply thinking. You're deeply thinking, like, why is this happening? How can this happen? What should I do? What anything should be, right? You're quite confused. Know that you have tools still left to use, and in the near future there's a certain something that does not line up with what you actually want. Okay, it does not line up with what you plan, what you wish to have in your life, that you're going to have to reject because you want to pursue something else that you want. Okay, be aware that it's going to lead to some arguments. Okay, be aware that you might become a bit emotionally unstable as you bring this message to them, as you reject them. Remember that when you are arguing, when you are disagreeing about something, remember to tell them in a non-threatening way, in a non-offensive way, why. Alright, because people can't read our minds. Sometimes we do need to spell things out to people in the barest of forms, because they're going about it a completely different way that they have no clue what you're talking about. Okay, the imagery that I'm having right now is the both of you are on a phone trying to find each other, and you're telling them the directions, and they're actually in a completely different place and they can't understand what you're talking about. So you're saying, so do you see the big tree over there? And they're like, well, there's a bunch of trees here. That one looks pretty big. I guess that's what it is. And they say, yeah. And then you're like, okay, so at the big tree, you turn left. So they go up to the big tree, and it's actually still a straight road, right? But but a little yonder, they see that the road curves to the left instead of going further straight, and they're like, I guess, and they head on that way, when actually they're nowhere near where you are, Scorpio. And that's when you need to spell things out in minute details. Like, do you see that birch tree, the huge birch tree? It has a hole in the middle, right? And it actually has three large branches. If you notice things like that, it actually has three large branches. And I think the last time I saw it, there were some bird's nest or hornet's nest on one of the branch. All right, that is how detailed you need to be sometimes to make sure that someone is understanding you right, because what they're looking at is not what you have in your head, Scorpio. And the more you think that what you're saying is enough without going into details, because people are supposed to be able to think for themselves, the more you're going to get into a very selfish location. And in the end, you might even get upset, because why don't these people understand me when you have not divulged enough information? Okay? So yes, about this, make the change. It's actually bringing me to this Ace of Coins that is upside down, right? Where you need to reject a certain something. It's not to say that you want to stay where you are. It's not to say that you want to be in that stagnant state, right? There is an opportunity that you're looking for, but it's a very specific kind of opportunity. For instance, you're looking for a job. You either want to look for a job in your own town, or you want to look for a job elsewhere. Okay? And the offer that comes is for a job vacancy in a place that you never really want to be at. Right? So in this case, you're going to have to reject it, because it's not what you planned. And you're gonna have to realize that sometimes to make your plans, you need to make the move. You have tools yet unused. So it's reminding me of a scorpion friend that I have who wants to do something, right? And he kind of in stasis, because he's thinking like, how is he going to support himself there? Okay, he's thinking this way because he does not want to receive charity from anyone. Anyone. No handouts. Very big ego. But you see, sometimes when people are offering you help, accepting help is not about receiving handouts. It becomes a handout when you completely abandon the idea of repaying them, right? Of course, people will help you because they want to help you. They don't help you because they want something back. But if you feel like it's a bit unfair to them, then do something that will help you to repay them to a level that you are happy with, right? She wants to cut her hair. She has an idea of how she wants her hair to look. Perhaps the people around her are saying like, oh, don't cut your hair. It's so pretty. It's so beautiful. That's how you look amazing. But she's like, yeah, I look amazing, but I want to look a different kind of amazing, right? And since everyone's a bit iffy about her cutting her hair, she's like, I'll cut my hair myself, right? So you guys don't have to trouble yourself with the guilt, but I'll show you how I want to look. Okay? Alright. So that is all I have for you, Scorpio. I think, yep, this is all I have for you. And I hope I didn't miss any cards. No. Alright. So if this is your story, I wish you good luck. I know how difficult it is sometimes, especially when you can't recognize what else that you can do. Okay, so if this doesn't resonate with you, that is fine. You're free to have a look at all your other signs, your sun, moon, rising, Venus, Mars, Mercury, Jupiter, North Node, all of them. Anything that you know that you have a sign in your birth chart, go ahead and look them up. And you can, see our previous videos from previous weeks where we ask different questions for each zodiac. So that is all. Take care, Scorpio, and have a nice day. Bye bye.